Good evening. This is CTV News for Wednesday, September 27th. I'm Patricia Vallone.
And I'm Denise Douglas. Glad you could be with us this evening. Gunfire erupts in a Temple Hills neighborhood overnight, leaving one man dead. It happened around 12:40 in the 4000 block of Rocky Mount Drive. Witnesses report hearing gunfire. The body of a man in his 20s was found in front of a house on that block.
Our detectives do have evidence to suggest that this was not a random act. We're asking for information from the community. If you saw something or heard something, please give us a call at Crime Solvers. We have leads, but we can always use more to help solve this case.
And as you heard the detective there, anyone with information is asked to call them.
A series of new laws take effect this Sunday, October 1st. The changes include an extension for survivors of child abuse to file a lawsuit against their abuser from the age of 25 to 38. Now, victims of domestic violence will also be able to ask a judge to implement GPS tracking to monitor offenders in addition to a restraining order. Senator Jim Rosapep says new laws dealing with drug price gouging and fracking will also go into effect.
Well, we're the third state in the country to ban fracking. Fracking is where they push dangerous chemicals into the ground to try to gas and oil out, but the dangerous chemicals come back out. They also cause earthquakes. So we've banned it, so in Maryland there will not be fracking. So that's a big deal in terms of protecting our environment. Another law we passed this year dealt with price gouging by drug companies. You know, we've had these situations where a hedge fund will buy ownership of a drug that a lot of people need, but there's a small market for, and there isn't competition. And so they'll jack up the prices so sick people who need the drugs won't be able to afford them. So we passed the first law in the country to give our Attorney General the authority to go to court to stop price gouging by drug companies to protect our seniors.
Another new law will extend state whistleblower protections to public school employees. Well, Governor Larry Hogan announces a state lawsuit against the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency. Hogan directed Maryland Attorney General Brian Frosch to file the suit for the EPA's failure to reduce pollution at 19 power plants in 5 upwind states. Senator Paul Pinsky says smog created from the sites significantly affects the air that Marylanders breathe.
The goal is to force the federal EPA to act in a more aggressive fashion to require other states that don't have any kind of laws or very minimal laws to control their smokestack, their coal-fired power plants from emitting NOx and SOx and mercury because that flows from state to state. You can't control the airflow. And if other states are emitting noxious fumes and dangerous gases affecting public health in Maryland, someone has to stand up to it, and obviously it ought to be the federal government. This, I think, is meant to push them to do just that.
Now, the Chesapeake Bay Foundation and its partners plan to file a similar lawsuit in the coming weeks.
A colonial-era cemetery that rests in the shadow of MGM National Harbor is being moved to another location. A judge has dismissed a lawsuit by a descendant of the Addison family, which was aimed at keeping the cemetery in that place. The plaintiff says the family still owns the property. The judge has ruled otherwise, saying the Peterson Company is the rightful owner of the property, giving it the right to move the cemetery. 36 bodies are being moved to nearby St. John's Episcopal Church, Broad Creek, which was connected to the Addisons. Officials at American University are hoping a surveillance video will help them capture the person who posted Confederate flag posters in cotton on boards in at least 4 buildings on Tuesday. A total of 10 posters were found. The suspect is believed to be a white man in his 40s. He was seen wearing a pink shirt, orange hat, camouflage pants, and white gloves. The racist symbols were posted the same night a presentation introducing AU's Anti-Racist Research and Policy Center occurred.
Prince George's police need the public's help in locating a missing teen. Police say 13-year-old Gabriela Ramirez was last seen on Monday about 12 a.m. in the 3400 block of Cherry Hill Court in Beltsville. Here's a description of the teen. She's 5 foot 3 inches tall, weighs 115 pounds, and has brown hair. Anyone with information should contact 1-866-411-TIPS.